What's wrong? What's to do?
I don't know.
But you're laughing away.
Well, I am, because I'm just amusing myself.
How often do you genuinely laugh?
Oh, I laugh quite a lot, actually.
Do you laugh on your own?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah, so do
Only
I.
because I giggle. I giggle at my own stupidity. And I talk to myself. Do you talk to yourself?
No, I normally talk to the dog.
Oh, right,
You know,
okay.
because I've normally got to organise, focus, move away from there. we're in a high-sided vehicle, that kind of thing. No, I was just thinking that, when I go to work, and no disrespect to any other comedian, I never laugh.
Other comedians?
Yeah.
I think it's more difficult. I watch comedy as a well, no, sometimes I do. I watch as an audience member and I get into it, but quite often I watch it going, oh, I really like the way they did. Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, that's quite funny, but don't necessarily laugh out loud.
I don't know if I'd mentioned it on this before. One of the funniest things I ever saw, for me personally, a guy, Paul F. Taylor.
Yeah.
Nice guy, super noodle perm. And he opened his set with, I'm just going to tip a tin of sweet corn down the toilet to save time later. Well, that was it. I couldn't move, and everyone's staring at me. And I remember doing a show with Michelle, and it was one of Frisky and Manish, and he did this character thing, and it was amazing. And she was like, "Why are you laughing at that?" I said, "Because it's really funny." She was like, "No, it's not. I don't understand." Because he started going, "Beetles, big black beetles," and he was obviously hallucinating and trying to rip off his skin and everything. I'm like, and what will we have for dinner? And she just wasn't getting it at all. But no, I thought that thing to save time later, tipping the tin of sweet corn, it's fabulous.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to undo my top button again.
You have been in some kind of, I don't know what's going on with your innards.
I don't know. I'm feeling a very bloated sense of self.
Oh, for goodness sake. Do you buy into this gluten thing? Because I know a lot of gluten intolerant vegans and they're still fat bastards.
No.
That's just the bottom line. Come on, I laugh. I remember being in a pub, right, and this homo, there's a surprise, came over, right, hair, all the colours of the rainbow, and you just think, is that all you can do for attention? I've got a bit of cake, it's gluten-free, and you're like, you're the size of a fucking house, man. Gluten, is that really going to do anything for you?
See, I don't know, but sometimes, because I don't bother about what I eat, but I eat toast and...
But you're a weird person.
I am. Oh, thanks.
No, but I just mean in as much as, and I know it's because you've had these children... I can't remember the names, and you've had 95 marriages, and you're kind of done with cooking. And it was funny. I was speaking to my Auntie Mar, who's my favourite relative. I shouldn't say that, but it's true. Katie, you're still my favourite, but Smidgen's who I live for. And she's just like, I don't cook anymore. And she's like, it's brilliant. Because she gets it all organised for her and all that kind of stuff. But you're more, we've discussed that before, you're more of a picker.
A picker, yeah. I like a little bit of a picker. And things like a little bit chorizo and guacamole. Chorizo and guacamole wrapped like a little kind of order.
And would you laugh at that, going back to the laughing thing? Would you laugh thinking I'm about to have a delicious snack that I've ordered for myself and I will enjoy?
No. But I do laugh to myself sometimes. Well, sometimes when I'm still up really late, I do giggle to myself when I kind of...
Do you ever wake up laughing?
No, I usually wake up screaming.
Right. No, I'll start the day with a laugh. I'll normally wake up laughing. I mean, I don't know if that is because I've found a dream funny or if there's an imbalance.
There may be an imbalance, but I don't know. I just sometimes the most ridiculous things make me laugh. I mean, I laugh at the cats. I laugh at, but I sometimes. If I'm sat in a traffic jam and I'm going to be late for something and I'm getting like, oh my God, I'm going to be really stressed. And then I just burst out laughing because I just think, oh, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? So I laugh at some of the worst things. Usually when I'm really bad at laughing when somebody tells me something really depressing or like their mother's died or something. I can't help but laugh. Well, I mean, at funerals, I get the fit of the giggles at funerals constantly.
Well, I remember going to Christine's mum and I could feel a breeze in my undercarriage and I stood up at the funeral. I wasn't speaking or anything, but my zip was down. And that made me laugh because I thought, clearly I'll find that quite funny. That my doodly-doo may or may not have been on display, etc. But I remember Michelle telling me a story, and when you know where a story's going to go and you think, actually, I'm staring at my wrist, I'm picking a vein, I don't have time for this. I went, and how did the dye? She went, what? I said, how do you know? I said, because that's where it was going. She went, how do you know you didn't write it? I went, don't be smart with me, bitch. That shows you why you need a writer. Because there was no surprise. And we didn't speak for a couple of days.
Oh, really?
I was glad at the time. Absolutely glad at the
peace and
time.
quiet.
Oh, see, when she got a drain on your energy.
I know.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm not selfish. Okay. Any other lies you want to tell the baby Jesus today? And I did laugh at that. I told the story when we interviewed her. I remember I met her victim, her betrothed victim, for the first time. I'm like some poor, thing at a hunt. And she went, do you know what Jeff says about me? And I went, is it broadcastable? She went, if I wasn't a singer. And I went, are you? She went, if I wasn't a singer, I'd be a really good boss. And I went, that's not a compliment. That shows that you're domineering, you're overbearing, that kind of thing. Because she's an organizer.
Yeah, well, that's where the word bossy comes from, isn't it? Boss, is it?
Is it?
I would assume so. If you're a boss, be bossy.
See, I don't get all that, boss, and I hate, when, hey, bro, and he's my brother from another mother. Stop overpopulating the already overpopulated world. Why do you want to be related to strangers? What's wrong with you? Like, what, honestly?
Because sometimes it's better than your own family.
But then just don't speak to your family. Why you want to bro it up? The one thing I do enjoy in the gay world is cis, because you're like, cis, preach, hey, totally get it.
Oh, I thought you meant cis, which I had to look up. What does that mean?
CIS.
Yeah, what is that? Because
I think that means that, so if you're a cis gay man, you identify as male, homosexual, and you don't have a pleated skirt. I don't know. I don't think it's that. It just means that it means that you are comfortable in your being as a gay man.
You're the same gender as when
you're the same gender
sex you were assigned at birth.
Right.
Oh, is that what this means?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right, okay. That's great.
Can you then, because I never understood AFAB, assigned female at birth, for someone that lives as a woman, is a lesbian. So does that mean that Jojo is an AFAB?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Assigned female at birth.
Right. I was kind of assigned female at birth because my mum knew I was a big dirty Jessie. So, there was a big question mark above my thing. No, cis that's what cis means.
Okay,
It's all very confusing.
It is very confusing.
But I think it's good that we're having a discussion. There's a whole new language and all this kind of stuff. And, my mum had said to me, she went, see, if I go to the hospital, do you know what they'll call me? A person. And I went, what are you talking about, Mary?
Yeah.
She went, they'll call me a person. I went, but if you say, hello, my name's Mary, I said, you do realise that
you don't
inclusive
have to be
language
true.
is actually only there to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's just really nice manners.
No, absolutely. And it's no skin off anybody else's nose if somebody wants to be called they or them.
No.
So it's only a problem if the inclusivity becomes exclusivity, if people get excluded via being inclusive. So that's...
But I don't think people should fear it.
No.
Because I remember having an argument online. I've always called other gay men she. Have you? Yeah, don't go near her.
Yeah.
She's a whore. You'll catch something. I wish she was dead. And that's 3 of my best gay friends. But I remember someone saying, oh, we haven't moved on from that. And I said, look, I'm not trying to give you a history lesson or whatever, but it was code. It was along with Polari and stuff like that. And I think as well... I remember Lily Savage used to doing that. There was no one like Lily. When Lily Savage was at the top of her game, which is very interesting because I think the reason that Lily Savage was born was that was an acceptable way to get a gay man on television.
Ah, yes.
I've always thought that.
Because it was all soft and fluffy and friendly. And
well, no, anything but with Lily, but she was a woman, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
So you wouldn't buy into the fact that it was a gay man and thinking what may or may not gay men actually do. And I remember she used to say, oh, the youth don't realise how you got it, how to go clacking up and down the docks and stuff like that. And it's true, there was a Will and Grace episode about it, and this guy was like, well, I had my coming out party when I was 8. I was on Grindr by the time I was 12. And it was really, really very well written, and it was very funny. But I think a lot of judgmental young gay people don't realise what's going on before them, and everything isn't just at the end of an app, whether it's a doodle or a Domino's pizza.
Yeah, and I think that is it. It's like every new generation thinks they're the first to come up with anything, and that,
yes,
they
expunge
discovered...
everything to the history vaults.
Yeah,
this is a disgrace.
And also because language is always changing, but also people's attitudes are always changing as well. So.
But in the same way that people's political leanings can change as well, and I think it's important to kind of grow and multiply. Think of yourself as bacteria in a petri dish. Petri dish, because that's where I do believe that Andrew
Is that where
Neil's
COVID came from?
Don't think so, Jojo, but goodness, haven't you done well? Oh, hi, am I still alive? What a
Oh,
shame.
everybody. Honestly, who's not got COVID now?
And
And
1,
out?
2, 3 and sleep. So what I was saying about the Petri dish was, thank you, I always believed that's where Andrew Neil's hair was germinated. In the Petri dish that didn't have COVID because largely no one's interested anymore and you have to let it lie. Actually, we did see that in the car that I think she should do a character called
Anti-mask.
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 Hello,
And here are my kids, conspiracy and vaccine.
Conspiracy and vaccine. I have a COVID-worn face, not a kid-worn face. I think there's something in that
I do
for
think there's
self-indulgent
something in that.
people.
Absolutely.
That's the new play pie in a pint.
But I'm not anti-mask. I'm not anti-vaccine.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
know, I know.
anti-bullshit.
Oh,
I'm anti-bullshit.
Are you?
Anti-bullshit.
Which is ironic. You know, it was funny actually. I was looking at
That's going to work out.
I was looking at Anne Widdecombe the other day, and I'm not particularly keen on Anne Widdecombe because she goes from chin to chest.
Oh, right, okay.
She does, but she is. She's like an overzealous weeble that really needs to actually. It's like step aside him. The adults are talking, and of course she was on some program. She's going, "Whoa," you know, wiggling her.
She's a
fucking
virgin.
goiter. Is she? Well, yeah. Sometimes it's Darwinian in the way that the world sorts things out for itself. But she kept going on about women can't have penises, and I thought, how can you say that? Because you're a monumentally huge dick.
Do you know
How?
what? That was really interesting. Did I say this to you yesterday? There was an interview thing where somebody was trying to interview all the members of Parliament, blah, blah, blah. Basically, just asking the question, can a woman have a penis? Was the question. And nobody would answer it. Now, I found that more irritating than whether somebody believes a woman can have a penis or not, is the fact that everybody's so terrified to even have an opinion or speak about it. That's what I find more frustrating. Why can't you just...
About that was the fact...
People are terrified of,
I felt they were harassing people on their way to work. I remember it happened to Diane Abbott, and it's like, leave them alone.
Yeah.
You know, leave them alone. And I'm here to tell you, women can have penises if they want, but I tell you some women that don't want penises, lesbians.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes. Now, this is coming out on a Thursday.
Yes,
Yes.
Thursday,
Because you know what happens on
Thursday.
Mondays now?
Monday, celebrity interviews.
Celebrity interviews.
Yeah,
And
we've
boy,
got some proper celebrity interviews.
Well,
Honestly, I don't know. That's what's interesting about doing the interviews is because what we talk about and then what actually goes out, because we are as honest, but there are some things that we literally cannot.
some stuff is just unbroadcastable.
Not allowed to be broadcast. So we're very sorry about that. But we might put those on Patreon.
Actually, Bunty's bloopers. But I will see you
Jojo's
next
jobby bits.
See again, you've let yourself down today with the whining and now the verbal stooling. Godspeed, my darling.
I love you. See you later.
Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.